Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Is it ever happy Monday? Good morning, Karen. Welcome to Fortunate Creations, everybody. I'm Kim. This is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting and being creative. Pretty much we talk about everything. So if you like crafting and being creative and great people, stick around. I think you're going to like it here. Happy Monday. Welcome to Coffee with Kim on a Monday morning. Time for me to take my first sip and burn my mouth. Full disclosure, you guys, this is like my 4th or 5th cup. I've been up since 3. Apparently, the coyotes were really loud last night. I did not hear them because once I get in here, I turn the fan on. So I can't hear what's going on outside because I don't want Fritzy to hear them. So apparently the coyotes were close and loud. But that's all right. I'm not scared of them anymore because my brother's right there. So his camper is literally right at the end of mine, and I know he's there. Good morning, Karen and Ruth and Christina and Kimberly. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for starting Monday with me. Can I just say, ta-da! Good morning, Maritza. I finished it. I did it. It needs to stretch a little bit, but there is my set. We got the hand towel, and we've got Al is my protector, especially out here. Yeah, he knows everything there is to know about any wildlife out here, so I know I'm fine. If he tells me not to worry, I know not to worry. So he put me, I was way down at the end of the campsite, and he pulled me up next to him because I was worried. So thank you. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? You'll see up top I did trebles. So I did Fritzy against coyotes. No. Fritzy's my company, but my brother's my protector. So you'll see up there is the ruffle that I did with all the different stitches. And then I did trebles, and then I did doubles. And it came out pretty cool. It's got to relax a little bit, but I'm really happy with it. So, and I'm also really happy it's done. You guys know me. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, come on. I don't like repeating the same stitch a million times. I do still have to make the towel, the wraparound towel with the button, but I had to order more because this is all I have left. So since, thank you, Ruth. Thank you very much. Since my grandson loved the color of the shower curtain when I was working on it, yeah, I get the gotta finishes. I get them all the time. So he liked it so much that I'm crocheting around a rattle right now. So, well, good morning, Marianne. Have a wonderful Monday. Have a great day. So yeah, I actually found this, one of the old school ones at the garage sale. I cleaned it up and I'm going to crochet around them. So good morning, Margaret. Oh no, wonder why. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. I did do a recording of another angle looking down over the valley for this morning. I just didn't get to uploading it yet because I got the gotta finishes, and then you know that square that was behind me that I finished on that, I put it over here. I put it over up on the wall behind the bed. See that? Sorry, moved it too fast. Slow. Ah, so we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and make the other one with the contrasting colors so I can hang that up. Yeah, so I used the brown and the orange, and I like the colors. You may hear Fritzy barking right now because my brother's headed that way, which means he's probably letting his dogs out. Who let the dogs out? Al. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Ruth. I wasn't sure how to hang it up over there because it angles. So I took a hook, a small hook on the top and a bigger hook on the bottom. There we go. Yeah, here they come. Sorry. He gets so excited when the big dogs come out. Here they come. I better just open the door and let him play. All right, here. I know, it's very exciting. Easy fetch. Go on, easy. Oh my goodness. Thatch and Fritz, I can't even take it. They're so funny. Right, Margaret? I was just thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness, I am legit surrounded by crochet. Oh, nice. Oh, Ruth, I can't wait to see it. That's really cool. That's really exciting. I love them. Yeah, Margaret. Yeah, it kind of looks like a crocheter lives here. But I think once I finish my wraparound towel, I think I'm done with stuff for the camper. So we'll take that break. Yeah. So Margaret, guess what I did this morning? Well, I won't wait for you to guess. I watched the interview with the author of the book we're reading. Ruth, this is already an upgrade. I watched that interview and boy, she's so articulate and what a nice girl. And it was really an interesting, I guess she put out a second book. She put out a memoir. So yeah, I watched that interview this morning. It's really cool. Oh, cool, Karen. Very nice. By the way, I'm really excited for tomorrow night's craft along. I figured it out. I know how we're going to do the balloon animal. I just have to do a trial run this afternoon and tomorrow before line dancing. Yeah. Fritz, where are you? I think I hear you. Fritz, come. His dogs are real big and they run that way, and Fritz gets about halfway off the lawn and looks back like I'm not going there. So I really shouldn't worry, but I do. You know me. So, but anyway, yeah. So I watched that interview. She's got a couple books, and I'm just putting the finishing touches on our crochet or our craft along for tomorrow. So you guys have your Addies, the small ones, or your Centros, or whatever knitting machine you're using for the small ones. I figured it out. Well, logistically, I figured it out. I just have to put it together. So, Fritzy, come. Oh, all right. Well, I'm sorry. He's laying right here. He's like, Ma. All right, honey, I'm sorry. I laid his purple blanket down and he's laying on it. I can't see him from this angle. So this morning, nice. That's cool, Margaret. I'm excited. I would love to see that. The whole process. That's really cool. Look at, if I do this, I have a yarn halo. I know, I've been up too long. I know. I'm sorry. But look, I put just like that. It's going. Oh, I'm sorry. Why do you guys put up with me? I don't get it. I love it, but I don't. Did you? The ball winder's cool. I want a taller one. Like, I want one this tall. Yeah, I'm ridiculous. I know. I can't help it. Patron saint of yarn balls. That's it. Ready? There you go. That's me. There's my statue. I'm going to try to make a... Yeah. Christina, I look down and Fritz is like, I'm right here. What are you yelling for? I'm like, sorry. Oh, Ruth, I can't. So that'll be my next cartoon. I'll have me with a yarn halo. Oh, my goodness. I can't take it. So, yesterday's adventure, would you like to hear about it? Your cat teleports. Yeah, all of a sudden they're right there, right? I know, I get it. You think they're over there and you look and they're at your feet. You're like, what? How did you? I get it. I absolutely get it. So let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about my coffee. This is not the most perfect cup of coffee. My others were, but while I was trying to put my sweetener in, the packet fell in. and I had already had the creamer in there. So I'm not sure if I got any sweetener in there at all. Anyway, so that's the coffee I'm dealing with. So yesterday, you guys saw the video of the farm swap. Let me just tell you, a couple people put, oh, sad that the animals are in cages. They're only in cages for a few, maybe an hour, because, get out, Thatch, out. Sorry, Thatch is a very big dog, and he tends to piddle on things, and I don't want that in my house. Good morning, Mork and Mandy. Good morning. So anyway, the animals are not caged for that long. And during the farm swap, they're open. The kids are holding them. They're petting them. They're playing with them, especially the babies. So it's not a terrible, neglected scene. All the animals have water and food and cover. And I mean, a lot of you saw that they were quite shaded and quite well. And even the rabbits had frozen water bottles tucked in by their bellies to cool them down. So anyway, we went to there, and the part I couldn't show you, so we went all the way down one side and walked back around the other, and there were these baby pigs. Stop it right now. They were so cute. If I didn't know for a fact how bad pigs actually smell in the summer, because there was a pig farm here for a while, I would have been tempted to bring those baby pigs home. They were adorable. Yeah. And there were guinea pigs, and you saw goats and rabbits and ducks, and oh my goodness, it was really fun. And I did actually, oh darn it, it's in the car. I'll have to show you. I'll show you tomorrow morning. This guy was sitting in the back of his SUV. Karen, you'll see me with a pet pig. Fritz would not like that. Anyway, this guy was sitting in the back of his SUV with just one single table out, and there were these caddies, for the lack of any other, wooden caddies that he and his son were making. No, they're not. Good morning, Jeffrey. So there were these caddies that this guy was making with his son, who has epilepsy. And the son was there. And it was they were really cool. I can't wait to show you. I'll show you tomorrow. So I bought one. They were only like $20. And they're going to work perfect. I should have brought it into the camper. Anyway, he's got a little divider in the bottom. And you can put all your, your knives, your forks, your ketchup, your whatever in there. So I bought one of those. And then I bought a sign that said, "Life is better on the farm." So I'll have to find a spot. I'll probably hang it outside the camper just to bother my brother. He says it looks like shanty town if I decorate too much out there. So so I try not to, or I try to just enough to push his buttons. So I did that, and then let's see. So then we get back to the car. And my brother, my sister-in-law, and I were all like, we don't want to be finished. I mean, it was only 10 o'clock in the morning. So we drove about a half hour south. Yeah, south. And there was an outdoor flea market that was huge. It was about the size of a fairgrounds, maybe a little bit smaller. But there were so many vendors there, so many cool things. And I bought, I don't know if you... a couple presents for people, and a couple just some fun stuff. I got dinosaurs for the little boys, so for the kids, that my nephews, when they come, I got a bucket of dinosaurs for $20. Those kids are going to have a blast. So and then there were just people like, I've told you before, I have much more fun buying presents for people that have no idea I'm even thinking about them at the time. So I got a few of those, and Fritzy's in his stroller, and I took a cue from the farmers from the swap we had just left, and I got a cold bottle of water, and I put it in the stroller with Fritzy. So as the condensation came on, he was licking that off, so he was hydrated, and he was cooled off because that was on his belly. He's not spoiled at all. Oh, by the way, my brother, who picks on me for having the stroller, throughout the whole flea market, oh, here, put this in with your dog. Oh, here, put this in with your dog. Everything he bought, He wanted me to put in the stroller with Fritzy. Poor Fritzy had this much room when he was left. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. So I put a blanket over it so Fritzy could lay on my brother's stuff. He's just, you know, just, thank goodness I have one brother. I'm not sure I'm strong enough for more than that. Yeah, so I just took, so what I did when I got back is I put some little bottles of water in the freezer here at the camper. So I can just, whenever I'm taking Fritz anywhere in the stroller, right? Whenever I'm taking him anywhere in the stroller, I'll have the cold water for him. So, plus, of course, I have a bottle of water for him to drink. So he's also hydrated with that. So we're walking around, and all of a sudden I look up, and one of my friends from high school has a lemonade truck. I mean, this thing is all decked out. And I'll tell you what, it's the best lemonade I've ever had. And the funny thing is, she was one of the mean girls in school. She's nice now, but she was one of the mean girls in school. And I've known her since I was 4. Yeah, it really works well. You can put a dishcloth around it if you want, Christina, or you can just have them lay on that. So we get up to the lemonade truck, and she looks at me and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Because we had just had lunch like last month. And I was like, "Well, I'm coming to taste some of this lemonade." And she had like 100 different flavors. So I got blue raspberry because I'm 12. My brother got blackberry, and my sister-in-law, I think, got pomegranate or some other. So we're all sipping each other's and tasting it. Well, here's the deal. Best ever. So good. Like, I drank mine like someone was going to steal it from me. I had like, oh my god. And they're big. I mean, they're like a jug. So we had that. And now my brother, if he likes something, he's going to tell everybody about it, whether you want to know or not. So anybody that's, oh, that lemonade looks good, he's like, well, let me tell you. And he'll stop. That lemonade, it's not, I don't even like lemonade, he says, but this is good stuff. So he's so funny. So that was nice. But it was so fun. I looked at her as she's up in her truck, you know, waiting on people. I said, look at you being nice. And she started laughing because she was one of the mean girls. But yeah, that was fun. I mean, we didn't see the whole thing. There's no way we saw the whole thing. So I went this way and my brother went that way, and I found, let me show you. I found a guy making jelly and jam. Now I'm big on handmade jellies and jams and stuff like that. And what I've been doing is taking, later, if I had not drank it all, Margaret, that so would have happened later, but I drank it all. So I find this is pear jam. And then they had, hold on, let's see if I can do it without the door falling off. Where did I put it? Here it is. So you got to love a camper where everything's within arm's reach, right? Then they had candied jalapenos. So I had bought another jam. It was actually orange rhubarb. So I took orange rhubarb jam. Oh, love it. I love all kinds of flavored honey. But I took the orange rhubarb and I mixed it with the mixed nuts because I bought bags of mixed nuts. I put them in a frying pan with half a stick of butter. I reduced down the jam, and I only use the juice. Yeah. At first, my brother wrinkled his nose. He's like, oh, that sounds weird. I'm like, would you just try it? By the end of the day, my nephew came over and he's like, oh, you got to try these nuts that Kim made. So anyway, I have in the frying pan, I took half a stick of butter and I let it get hot, almost like I was trying to make a caramel with it. And then I put the whole little jar of the orange rhubarb. And so I got it all so it's hot. It's bubbling and this and that. And I threw in a package of the mixed nuts. And then I threw in the juice from the jalapenos and salt. Oh, they came out so good. They came out like, it's one of those things where you can't stop eating it. So let me see. Oh, it's hardened up nice. What I wanted it to do is kind of turn out like a brittle. It's not a brittle, but you can at least grab a chunk of it. Here's how they look. Look at that. And then, so what I want to do is get rock salt. I want to eat one now, but that's rude. I'm not going to eat in front of you guys. But I'll tell you what, these are coming. Well, I'll leave them here. I'll make more at home. So that's going to be my thing this summer, I think. I'm going to all the festivals and stuff we go to. I'm going to find jellies and jams, and I'm going to make mixed nuts. Hi, Fritzy. What are you doing? You heard Mommy touching food, and you're like, ooh, Mom, what can I eat? Well, nothing. Your breakfast is down there. You may have that. So that's what I'm going to do, because I found the packages of mixed nuts, $3. Normally, like wherever, yeah, it really came out. And it's nice to stick it out on a tray and let people just have a snack as they, and I don't make it too hot so the kids don't, it's just a little teeny, almost like just salt and pepper on it. That's that kind of hot. So there's this store. I know, right? Hold on. I love showing you guys all this stuff. It's really fun. So you tell me, this size bag of peanuts, almonds, pecans, walnuts, pistachios, and hazelnuts, $3. I can't even. So I think it's one of those auction stores where like they get the buyouts, or if they change the packaging or whatever, they get them in bulk. $3. So I'm going back there. They're open tomorrow. I'm going back there to get another supply to just keep here, because it's really a nice addition to, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody kind of wants a snack. And they bring out the cheese and crackers, someone else brings out fruit, and I can bring out, the nuts. I see that you're right there, Fritzy. He's tapping me on the foot. Holy moly. Margaret, I'm going to. That's legit what I'm going to do. I am going there tomorrow with 50 or 60 bucks, and I'm just going to. Oh, they freeze. I didn't know that. Good call. So I'm just going to go ahead and stock up on all of those nuts so I have them for the summer. Plus, we have our family reunion. We have the military reunion. We have my brother's birthday, or my brother-in-law's birthday party. So we have a lot of stuff coming up where they will come in handy. So yeah, I'm not going to miss that opportunity. Yeah. I'm absolutely. That's really, I didn't know. I didn't know they froze. But what I'm also doing, speaking of freezing, because I'll buy fruit. And this week I forgot that my nephews wouldn't be here. So I bought enough fruit because they come over to Aunt Kim for fruit. So I throw them in the freezer now. So I have, and we can put them in our drinks. Frozen grapes as the ice cubes in our drinks. So that's good to know. I did not know I could freeze them. So that's, yeah, it's a good idea. So that's what I've been up to. All right. That's a great idea. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm hopping up and down because I just thought I was prepared for today, but I don't think I was. So I took, after we got back from the flea market, I wanted to put Fritz in the camper for a little bit with the air conditioner on so he could regulate the temperature. He wasn't in distress in any way, but I want to know. So the way the room is set up, my bed is right under where the fan blows the air conditioner, and Fritz knows to lay there if he's hot. So I put him in there and I turned on the air conditioner, and I wanted to take oh, thank you. I bought one of every color, Margaret. That's what I do. If I find a shirt that I like or shorts that I like or whatever, I will buy every color. So you'll see this pattern in many different colors, but thank you very much. So while Fritzy was taking a nap, at first he was mad at me, but then he was fine. So I hop on the four-wheeler and we have a field, we call it the back 15. It's 15 acres way in the back. And here I am. You guys might have seen the butterfly video that I put up, the short butterfly video that I put up. So that's where I was. I was, playing, watching flowers and this and that. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. So I look down, I'm on the four-wheeler. I'm going about, I don't know, 12 or 13 miles an hour. Not crazy. Faster than I would with him with me, but not. Yeah, so as I was doing that, I'm driving around, some of the acres, and I look down and I see just one feather sticking straight up out of the ground. You know me and feathers. So, of course, I slam on the brakes of the four-wheeler. I hop off and I scoop this up and I put it in my basket. Isn't that neat? And it was a big old turkey feather. Yeah. It's kind of cool. But I looked around, I'm like, there's no other feathers. Maybe he sneezed and one popped out. Do turkeys sneeze? I don't think so. But yeah, so here's the deal. I take this and I put it in my basket where Fritz usually sits. And I covered it with like a cloth or whatever I had in there. I go on about my way. All of a sudden, I see it flutter past me. So the wind caught it and threw it out. And now I'm like, ugh. So I'm driving in circles trying to find this feather. I'm driving in circles trying to find this feather, and I'll be darned if it's not standing straight up in the grass again, waiting for me. I'm like, come on. So it is here in my camper. Put it in my, no, I'm not going to tell them to put it up there with Mom's picture, but fan myself. Oh, you know what? It works better than I thought it would. Maybe I need a couple more feathers. Wow. It really works good. So there we have it. Got a feather in my cap. I know, I'm ridiculous this morning. I think I got too much sleep. Maybe that's the problem. I slept solid from like 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 till 3 a.m. Well, before. So yeah, so I'll go out looking for these and I'll make fans for us all for the summer. I know, I'm ridiculous. I can't help myself. Oh, what else? Oh, my sister. I can't. Did I tell you guys about my sister and her flowers? So my sister's away for the weekend, and I'm in charge of watching her. I really am. So my sister is away for the weekend, and I'm in charge of watering her plants. So instead of the hose that we use is this giant, heavy, stupid hose. So, Karen, you're smart. That's very good. So instead of dragging the hose over to their camper across the campground, I brought her plants to my camper. And I sent her a picture of it. She's like, hey, you got flowers just like mine. I was like, no, I stole yours. They're over here. I can't. Oh, it's too funny. She'll be back this weekend, though. That's good. My brother's dogs are so funny. They love him so much. Yeah. She's like, hey, they're just like mine. I'm like, no, they are yours. I stole them. So today is the day that my daughter is doing a dry run, taking the baby to daycare for the first time. So I'm going over as we normally do, and we're going to actually go out for ice cream. She and I. So I have to make sure the front seat of the Jeep is cleared out so she can. I know. Yeah, you know what, Margaret? I talked to Mr. Fortunate last night because I had asked him to water my plants while I was camping. You ready? Women, can I get an amen? Hold on. So he says, well, I watered, because he's got a couple plants of his own. So he's like, well, I watered my plants. I said, okay, cool. He said, and I turned on your greenhouse for a couple minutes like you asked. I said, cool. He goes, but your new garden is looking kind of sad because the hose doesn't reach over there. So you're going to need to take care of that when you get home. I was like, okay, thank you. So I got to stop and buy a hose that's long enough to reach over to the new garden. Yeah, Christina. Amen. Amen. Fritzy, they're going to sleep, honey. He's mad that the dogs are going. See, so I was like, well, we had a hose that reached last year because I had flowers over there. I can't find it. Okay. I will take care of it. So I have to leave here, go an hour home, drop the dog off, water the plants, get to my daughter's between 12 and 12:30, and it's buy a new hose somewhere in there. I know, Karen. I'm just saying, can I get an amen? Sisters, help me out here. He's like, well, I couldn't find it. I'm like, well, it's right there. Was it the green one? Yeah. Oh, I don't know where that is. Well, then how do you know it's green? I can't. Well, I know I have one. I know I do. It's just a matter of, they're precious. Men are precious. Sometimes you just smile and nod. Well, I have a, yeah. So I'm going to, I have leftover water. What I do is I call it spare water. I don't drink it, but I fill it from our hose and bring it here in case I need extra water in the whatever, wash and whatever. I try not to use my tank water. I use spare water. So what I have left here, I'm going to just pour in the plants because my brother, I think, just put the hose away. So, oh, I remember the days when I used to have to pay for water, Karen. It was awful. Especially after we got the hot tub and I had to fill that. And then we got a pool and we filled that. We're like, why is the water bill? Oh, oh, that's why. Bang your head. Exactly. Sometimes you just look like, other times you got to laugh, right? But whatever. I will water them. They certainly won't be dead by the time I get home. They'll be stressed. But I'll be home for the next few days and I'll water them every day. Oh, wow. I luck out living by the river. Obviously we don't pay for water. We paid for the water system in the house. So one entire room of my house is a whole water system. Yeah, that happened. I think it's like $11,000 worth of a water system. We put it in the budget when we were building the house, but come on. Karen, you're killing me. Yes, I'm still talking, Al. I can hear you. Oh, Karen, you're too funny. Yeah, it is. I choose my battles. I choose my battles. That's what I do. Hey, I'm sure there's things I do where he looks at me and goes, I know sometimes if I say something and it's either not right or something, he'll look at me and go, what do you mean? And that's what triggers me to say, wait, I think I just said something stupid. Let me go back and think about what I said. What am I doing here? And then sometimes I'll be like, don't ask me like I'm stupid. Tell me what I said wrong and let me know. Depends on my patience level, I guess. I can't. It's true. I don't think men and women were meant to live together permanently. I just don't. It's just too many crazy things. Like the empty coffee cup. It doesn't go in the empty dishwasher or in the empty sink. It sits on the counter next to the empty sink. I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know why, but I'm sure there's a reason. And I asked him the other night, sorry, I got to keep going. I asked him the other night, we have a butter dish because he likes butter out of the fridge. We are totally from different planets. So he likes the butter room temperature. I get it. That's fine. It doesn't rip your bread, whatever. But when the butter's empty, he takes the stick from the fridge and sets it on top of the butter dish. Not in the butter dish, not open in the butter dish, just on top of it. So I have an empty butter dish with the lid on and a new stick of butter sitting on top. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I never read that, Margaret, but I'm beginning to believe it more and more. Yeah. And I even asked him, I'm like, can I ask you something? And he goes, what do you got? I just pointed at it. I said, why? He's like, I honestly can't tell you. Okay. As long as you're being honest. If you can't tell me, you can't tell me. That's fine. He goes, haven't you asked me that before? I was like, yeah. And that was kind of my passive aggressive way of saying, I don't like when you do that. And I wish you wouldn't, but yeah. Or Karen, say that the milk is bad, buy a new milk and leave the bad milk in the fridge. That happens. It's just, you just got to sit like, what's going on in there? What you doing in there? Oh yeah, I'll go home and there will be this much in the expired milk carton, but there'll be a brand new milk. It's not like he leaves us without milk. He just, I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing. It's funny, but I got nothing. Oh my goodness, too funny. All right, you guys, so I'm struggling with this. I need your assistance. So I'm trying to crochet around this, okay? I got the right size hole. Should I do another row or two of the half doubles and then try to seal it? I need your help. I need your help. Help me, help me. What size am I using? 5. Yes. Margaret, that's the whole thing. Oh, that milk is bad. So do decreases now? Should I do one full row and then do some decreases and then seal it? I'd like to have this done to bring to the baby when I go today. Yeah, Margaret, I'm telling you, it's the Mars Venus thing. It's got to be. Because he'll look at me like I'm a dope for saying something, but then he'll do something like that. And I'm like, I guess. All right. So I'll do one more row of this. I've never done this before, so not quite sure. I mean, I've made like a hair tie that kind of turned out like one of these. Start now? Okay. All right. So I'll decrease over the next 2. How about I sit here with my mouth open? How about I crochet like, so you guys can watch me? I'm ridiculous. I can't. 2. I'll do it every 5. I forget you're watching. I'm like, aren't you just sitting here having coffee with me as I stick my tongue out and crochet like a moron? Oh, I love you guys. You put up with so much. All right, 4. So I'm going to decrease every 4. How's that sound? 1. Oh, so you guys remember when I was substitute teaching? Hold on, 4. My nephew came over. Now I was substituting. Good morning, Mary. I was substituting in his class, and he comes running right up to me. He's like, why aren't you my teacher anymore? So cute. I want you to come back. He says, I'm going into 1st grade next year. I know. I'm I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, Karen. It's fine. So yeah, my little nephew, he's like, Aunt Kim, I told everybody you're going to be my teacher. I'm like, okay. So that's the deciding factor, that I will be substitute teaching next year at that school. I know it's an hour drive, but it's worth it. You know, the kids are great. My nephew, he's like, don't forget, I'm going into first grade, so you'll have to be a first grade substitute. Okay, honey. Aunt Kim will do that just for you. Oh my goodness, that kid, he is something. He went fishing. He calls my brother Pop Pop. So he went fishing with my brother yesterday, and he's just got one of those little impish grins, you know. And I said to him, he's so cute. So I said to him, did you catch a fish? He's like, I caught the only one. I mean, it was like 2 inches long, but he was so excited. So I caught the only one. It was really neat, though, to watch my brother, my nephew, and his son all going in the four-wheeler, you know, side by side. Really cute. Oh, he is something too. His little face. He's one of those that even if he's getting in trouble, you don't care because he's just so cute. You can't even take it. But he was pretty good, although he comes up to me, he goes, I got a coin. I said, you do? That's very exciting. Pick heads or tails. So I pick heads. He flips it. It goes into the grass. He's digging for it. It's tails. I said, okay. So about 37 times later, I finally switched to picking tails instead of heads. He's like, it's 15-4. I'm winning. So,
bye, Kim.
Oh, bye, Nay. Have a great week.
You too.
I will. Ya. I love you too. I'll see you probably Thursday.
And I've been watching you.
Thank you. Have a good day. They're abandoning me. But yeah, so he's like, heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads. Finally, he's like, are you ever going to say tails? I said, no. And then it was, I don't know, 150 times later, he goes, heads or tails? I said, tails. And he, because I thought you weren't going to do tails. I said, well, you keep beating me, so maybe I should do tails. I don't know, apparently it was 400-2, and he won. Oh, he was just, he was so cute. And even the one time that because then he switched to me flipping it. It was my turn to flip it. So we started over. And he's like, he calls heads, and it flips and it lands on tails. He goes, what did I say? I can't remember. Did I say tails? Of course you did. So funny. They are something, aren't they? I love it. I'm watching him walk around and play and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be tomorrow that my grandson's going to be that big. By the way, I bought something for my grandson. So I went on Temu. I know. Not a lot of people like Temu, but anyway, I've had a good experience so far. So I went on and I got him a little miniature swing set. So they can bring it out on the deck if they want, or they can put it in. I know. It goes so fast, Margaret. All right, guys. So I reduced 2 rows. I think what I'm going to have to do is poke the hole up through the hole, right? Poke the hole up through the hole. Ha, 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 ha. This is going to work. And then I can see. All right. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. So I at least need 2 more rows. All right. By the way, Karen, I thought of you yesterday and I just couldn't get my camera out in time. So I was walking around that flea market and I looked over and somebody had made one of those plastic things that you're so good at, that I'm so terrible at. They did a fire truck. I couldn't get to it. There were too many obstacles in my way. But I was like, oh my goodness, Karen. I actually said your name right out loud. I said, Karen would love this. Fritz is looking at me like, I know, Mom, she would love it. But, so, all right, what are we looking? 44 minutes. Hopefully tomorrow, by the time I see you guys, I will have at least a picture of this if I've already given it to the baby. Oh, Karen, it was really cool. And they did a great job. It was a red fire truck. And I mean the detail, red and white. I was quite impressed. But the woman had so much stuff that I couldn't get to it. You know what I mean? It was like 3 tables over, and the stroller that I had Fritz in wouldn't fit, and so it would have been a whole production. So I didn't get a chance to do it. But I did think of you. So somewhere, just know that somewhere a few thousand miles away, someone was calling your name saying, you would love this. Yeah, I'll find it. That's funny. Oh, all right, you guys, 45 minutes. I guess I'm going to get myself going soon. I got to take out the trash, take out the papers and the trash, or you won't get no spending cash. Come on. You knew I had to do a song. It's camping, and I'm here. All right, you guys. I'll leave you with that laugh. You guys have a great day. I will see you from home tomorrow morning. Remember, tomorrow morning is yakety yak. All right. Tomorrow is the first Tuesday of the month. So hopefully I will be going to all the Salvation Armies in the area, seeing what treasures I can find. You too, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for starting Monday with me and all of my silliness. And have a wonderful day. Remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you guys tomorrow.